When receiving data or reports like this, you may observe only two elements, target achievement and one vacant cell. In fact, there are at least 14 hidden pieces of information, encompassing factual data and basic analyses, which are highlighted with different colors and formats. Highlighting these hidden pieces of information will make validation work and data analysis easier, and all of this can be done with the help of conditional formatting, or CF for short. With CF, we can reveal information that is not visible in a data range and highlight it in the form of different signs based on the rules we define. The highlight mark can involve various formats such as numbering, font color and style, cell border color, cell fill color, and pattern or icon image. I will demonstrate the process of generating 14 highlight marks by using CF, similar to this example data. To begin, we will delve into an overview of CF feature itself. CF can be accessed in the Home tab. Click the down arrow on the Command button. In the dialog box, there are several menus. At the top, there are 5 items highlighted in bold which are known as quick formats, designed to store partial CF types for quick access. The first is Highlight Cells Rules. In it there are 7 types of CF, such as greater than, less than, and duplicate values, which are used to mark information based on the value of a cell. Then the second is top/bottom rules, stores 6 types of CF which are used to mark the ranking of numbers in a data range. Next, there is data bars, used to represent the size of numbers from a data range in bar form. Then there is color scales, which indicate the size of the numbers in a data range in the form of cell fill colors. And finally, icon sets. It is used to mark the number rank of a data range through an icon image. Under the 5 quick formats, there is New Rule, where all types of CF are stored. Let's take a look inside. Within the dialog box, there are 2 distinct sections. The first section is labeled Select a Rule Type, offering a choice among 6 different type groups of CF that can be selected as needed. Below is Edit the Rule Description section, where you are required to establish a rule as a condition. This rule enables the selected CF type above to display a highlight mark of the desired information. Let's briefly examine each of these 6 groups individually. Format all cells based on their values is to mark information based on the minimum-maximum value of a data range. To create a rule, choose the style first, whether 2 color scale, 3 color scale, data bar, or icon sets. Then select the type of minimum value, whether lowest value, number, percent, formula, or percentile. Then fill in the value in this value box. The same ways must also be done for the maximum value. Note that if you select either lowest value or highest value, there is no need to fill in value box, as Excel will automatically search for the lowest and highest values. Next step is to determine the color for the minimum and maximum according to your needs. The minimum value will be marked with this color, and the maximum value will be marked with this color. Meanwhile, the middle value will be marked with a mixed degradation color of this color and this color. Then, Format Only Cells That Contain is used to create a highlight mark based on the cell content set in Below Rule section. To set it, first select the cell content type first in this box on the left. After selecting, then set the conditional rules in the second box. Next to it, there are the third and fourth boxes to fill in. However, the appearance of these boxes is contingent upon the type or conditions selected in the first and second boxes. Should these boxes become visible, they must be filled in. There are 7 types of cell content to choose from. First is cell value, which can be a number, text, or date. And there are 8 conditions of cell value to choose from, including equal to. For example, you select equal to 100. Then CF will create a highlight mark for every number 100 in a data range. The second type, specific text. There are 4 conditions to choose from, including containing. For example, you want to highlight every cell that contains the word test, then type test in this box. Then the third type, there is dates occurring. It is the cells that contain dates. There are 10 time range options as the condition rule, starting from yesterday, today, and next month. After that, there is blanks to highlight each empty cell. No blanks to highlight every cell that is not blank. Errors to highlight the incorrect writing of a formula or function. No errors is the opposite of error. These 4 types of cell content do not have a condition box like the types I mentioned at the beginning. After the cell content type and conditions have been determined, the next step is to determine the highlight mark. Press this Format button, then the Format cell window will open. You can adjust the highlight mark through the 4 tabs available. On the Number tab, you can adjust the format of cell values. On the Font tab, set the color and style of letters or numbers. On the Border tab, set the cell border shape and color. And on the Fill tab, set the cell fill color and pattern. The choice of highlighting format depends on your specific requirements. Okay, let's continue to the third group. Format only top or bottom ranked values. This is used to create a highlight mark for the ranking of each number in a data range. The only rule options are top and bottom. Then you can determine the level of ranking in this box. Next to it, there is checkbox of % of the selected range. If it is unchecked, the ranking will be based on numerical value. If it is checked, the ranking will be based on the percentage ratio, which is computed automatically by Excel. After the rule has been determined, set the highlight mark by clicking the Format button and follow the steps as explained earlier. The next group is format only values that are above or below average. This is used to create highlight marks based on the position of numbers, whether they are above or below the average value. There are 10 rule options, including above. If above is selected, cells containing numbers exceeding the average will be highlighted. Next, format only unique or duplicate values is used to highlight cells containing duplicate values or unique values compared to other cells in a data range. There are only 2 rule options, duplicate or unique. Next, use a formula to determine which cells to format. It is used to determine which cells to be highlighted when they meet with formula created in this box. We'll learn more about this, but first let's go back to the main dialog box. Under New Rule, there is Clear Rules to remove at once all highlight marks in a data range or in all cells within a sheet. Then at the bottom is Manage Rules to modify or remove specific highlight mark. Alright, I will now proceed to generate 14 highlight marks within this sample data. The columns consist of date, product, region A, B, C, total, target, and % achievement. Then, on the right there is legend that I have prepared previously. In this column, I have prepared 14 pieces of information to highlight. Next to it, I set mark format will be for each highlighted information. And in the last column, I specify the column where the information will be searched. In practical application, you have flexibility to highlight as much information as you need and to determine the format of each highlight mark. And to anticipate multitude of highlight marks, it is advisable to create a legend similar to what I made as a preliminary step. In this demonstration, I will use New Rule instead of Quick Format in order to provide you with full picture of conditional formatting setup. To quickly access the new rule, I will use shortcut Alt plus H plus L plus N. Okay, let's start with the first highlight, which is blank cell, in all columns. The first step is block all cells in every column except for the column headings and row totals. Then press Alt plus H plus L plus N. Select Format only cells that contain. Then select blanks. Then press Format. Select the Fill tab. Then select Pattern Color. Choose dark red color. Then select Pattern Style. Choose 25% gray. Click OK button. Then press OK again. So there is one piece of information about the blank cell here. We will revisit this information later to input the correct data into this blank cell. Secondly, while retaining the data range blocks, I will identify and highlight any instances of duplicate data. Select Format Only Unique or Duplicate Values. Select Duplicate. Press Format. Select the Font tab. Select the italic style. For the color of letters or numbers, choose white, darker 50%. Press OK 2 times. All duplicate values have been identified with italic and darker white font. Based on this information, the necessary action required is the deletion of rows that are identical to other rows. It is important to clarify that for a row to be considered a duplicate, the entire dataset within that row must match another row entirely. For instance, row 4 displays duplicate markings only in the product and target columns, indicating that this row should be retained. However, take rows 13 and 14, where all cells contain identical data. In this case, one of these rows is redundant and should be removed. I will cross out the product in line 14 as a marker for deletion in next process. Next, I want to highlight product D, which has just been launched. It needs particular attention. Block product column. Select Format Only cells that contain. Select cell value, then select equal to. In this box, type product D. In Format Cells, select the Font tab. Select Bold. For color, choose blue. Click OK. Then click OK again. As the result, we will easily find the existence of product D. Next, I want to highlight the minimum to maximum sales values in bar form. The selected column is the Region A column. Select Format All cells based on their values. Select Data bars. In Minimum, select Lowest value. In Maximum, select Highest value. In Fill, there are two options, Solid Fill or Gradient Fill. In this example, we choose Solid Fill. For the color, we choose Green Lighter 60%. Select No Border and leave the color like this. Click OK. Data bars appear in this column which represent the value of each cell. The higher the value, the longer the bar. With data bars, I can further analyze sales figures either high or low values from Region A. The same highlighting will be done for Region B. But this time we use two color scale. In Minimum, select Lowest value. In Maximum, select Highest value. And for Minimum color, choose Blue, accent 5 lighter 80%. For Maximum color, choose Green, accent 1 lighter 60%. Press OK. The result is like this. The higher the value, the more vivid the green hue becomes. This will make it easier to carry out further analysis of sales figures from Region B. And for Region C, which currently shows the lowest sales, I aim to highlight sales data that above or fall below the average sales value. Select Format Only values that are above or below average. Select Above. Press Format. Select Tab Fill. For the cell fill color, choose this color. Click OK. Then click OK again. Then return to New Rule box. Select Format Only values that are above or below average. Select Below. Press Format. Select Tab Fill. For the cell fill color, choose this color. Click OK. Then click OK again. The result is like this. Sales value that above average is represented by darker gold color. This highlight mark will help in detailed analysis of low sales in Region C. Next, in the total column, I will highlight 4 pieces of information. First, top 3 sales. Second, bottom 3 sales. Then, sales that greater than 19,000. And fourth, sales that less than 17,000. Note that multiple highlight marks can be created within a single column. But you need to ensure that the conditional rules and highlight marks do not overlap or contradict each other. Let's start with the first highlight. Select Format Only Top-Bottom Ranked Values. Select Top, then change the number 10 to 3. For the number style, select Bold, and for the color, select White. For the cell fill color, choose this color. Click OK. Then click OK again. Then the highest 3 sales are highlighted. Then we highlight the 3 lowest sales. Select Format Only Top-Bottom Ranked Values. Select Bottom, then change the number 10 to 3. For the cell fill color, choose this color. For the number style, select Bold, and for the color, select White. Click OK. Then click OK again. Then the lowest 3 sales are highlighted. Next, we will highlight sales that are above 19,000. Select Format Only Cells That Contain. Select Cell Value. Then select Greater Than. Then type 19,000 in the box next to it. For the number style, select Bold. For the cell fill color, choose this color. Click OK. Then click OK again. So as the results, there are 4 highlighted numbers that are greater than 19,000. Here you may notice the absence of the highlight marks created earlier for the top 3 sales. This occurred as the top 3 sales figures are being part of the 4 values exceeding 19,000. And their highlight marks is contingent on subsequent highlight marks. To restore the highlight marks for the top 3 sales, the sequence of highlight marks must be rearranged. Select Conditional Formatting. Select Manage Rules. In the dialog box, there is a list of the highlight marks that we have created. Select Top 3. Move its sequence before cell value greater than 19,000 by pressing the up arrow. Press the OK button. Now the highlight mark of top 3 sales have reappeared, and the highlight mark of sales greater than 19,000 become 1 mark only. The conclusion for this situation is, there are 4 values exceeding 19,000, with the top 3 among them are being identified as the highest sales. Next task is highlighting sales values that fall below 17,000. Select Format Only Cells That Contain. Select Cell Value. Select Less Than. Type 17,000 in the box next to it. For the number style, select Bold. For the cell fill color, choose this color. Click OK. Then click OK again. The result is like this. Just like the top 3 sales case earlier, the sequence of highlight mark must be rearranged to present them in proper way. Okay, now all the pieces of information I am seeking in the column total have been highlighted. Move to next highlight mark in the column % achievement. In this column, I want to highlight each percentage's position using traffic lights icons. Select Format All Cells based on their values. Select Icon Sets. In Icon Style, select the traffic lights icon. Next to it is a checkbox of Show Icon Only. If it is checked, the numbers in the cells will not be displayed. Only icon images will appear. In this example, I unchecked that checkbox. Then there are further settings for icon, value, and type. Excel already provides a default rule where a green light will represent a value greater than or equal to 67%. Likewise for yellow light, which will represent a value less than 67% and greater or equal to 33%. The rest will be represented by red lights. You can change the rules in value and type as needed. In this example, I use default rules from Excel without any change. Click OK. The traffic light icon appears in each cell. With these icons, it becomes effortless to find values position as high, middle, and low. To make analysis easier, the data range should be sorted according to the color of the light icon. Block the data range. Then select Custom Sort. Uncheck My Data as headers. In the Sort By box, select Column I. In the Sort On box, select Conditional Formatting icon. In the Order box, select the green light icon. Then select On Top. After that, press the Add Level button. In the Then By box, select Column I again. In the Sort On box, select Conditional Formatting icon. In the Order box, select the red light icon. Then select On Bottom. After that, click OK. Then now, the data range is already arranged sequentially based on the color of the light icon. I will now explain the formula that Excel uses to determine the color of the light icon. For the green light, the formula is adding minimum value to the sum of multiplication of specific percent of defined value by the difference between maximum and minimum value. From the formatting rule, note that specific percent of defined value are 67% and 33% respectively for green light and red light. And from data range, note that maximum value is 110,1% and the minimum is 64,8%. So the calculation for green light will be 64,8% plus 67% times 110,1% minus 64,8%. The result is 95,2%, which represents the lowest threshold for the green light. It means that every value that is equal to or greater than 95,2% will get a green light icon, as it can be seen in the column Percent Achievement. Then for the red light, the same formula is applied. 64,8% plus 33% times 110,1% minus 64,8%. The result is 79,8%, which represents the highest threshold for the red light. It means that every value that is less than 79,8% will get a red light icon. And the rest values that fall between 95,2% and 79,8% will get a yellow light icon. Okay, back to the data. In the next step, I want to highlight the dates from last week, as I need to see sales trend during that period. Select Format only cells that contain. Select dates occurring. Select last week. Press the Format button. Select the Fill tab. Choose this color. Click OK. Then click OK again. All cells containing dates from last week are already marked in red. However, there was a mistake regarding the color. It was intended to be yellow as outlined in the legend. To correct the color, select CF. Select Manage Rules. In Dialog box, select Last Week. Press Edit Rule. Press Format. Choose Yellow. Click OK. Click OK. Then click OK again. Alright, the highlighted cells is already marked in yellow. Next, I want to highlight the specific days on which sales surpassed the 19,000 target. Select Use a formula to determine which cells to format. In Formula Bar, type $, then type $. Follow with typing G4. It is the first row cell of the column total. Then continue by typing the greater than sign. Then type 19,000. After that, press the Format button. Select the Number tab. Select Custom. Type DDD, to display the first 3 letters of the day name. Continue by typing DD/, this is for the date. Then MM/, this is for the month number. Finally, type YY for the year. After that, go to the Font tab. Select Color. Then choose Red. Click OK. Then click OK again. So we can see that exceeding the sales target occurs every Friday. After completing all the highlight marks, it is now time to correct duplicate row and blank cell. But before correcting duplicate row, please note the following things. A cell within the row to be deleted is being marked as the bottom 3 sales. If we delete that row, the CF will automatically rearrange the highlight marks. Let's delete the row first and observe what will happen. So as can be seen, this cell is replacing the deleted one in the group of bottom 3 sales. Another thing to be noted is, after duplicate row was deleted, its highlight mark must also be removed, as it is no longer needed. To do this, select the data range. Select CF. Select Manage Rules. In the list, find and select duplicate values. After that, press the Delete Rule button. Click OK button. Then the highlight mark already removed. Second correction is blank cell. Assume that the empty cell should be filled with product C. Once you have finished typing, the highlight mark for blank cell has disappeared. If all corrections have been made, it is the turn to use highlight marks to draw initial conclusions, which serve as important material for further analysis. I will present 3 examples of conclusions from several conclusions that can be drawn from this data. First, the easiest one, we conclude that the peak sales consistently occur on Friday during the last 30 days. However, further analysis is required to determine what factors contribute to this phenomenon. The second point highlights the successful launch of the new product, Product D, which surpassed its sales target on the launching day. However, additional analysis is necessary as Product D did not meet the target the subsequent day and remained unsold even after January 26th. The third conclusion is even more interesting. Despite having the lowest total sales, Region C is the largest contributor to the top sales figures within the green light group. This can be seen from sales distribution within the green light group, where Region C contributes 7 out of 8 daily sales that are above its average sales. This is contrast to Region A, which lacks high daily sales figures within the green light group. Region B, much like Region A, contributes only 1 high daily sales. To substantiate this conclusion, we can contrast the total sales figures of each region within the green light group. From comparison figure, it is evident that the highest sales in the green light group occurred in Region C. But what the reason behind Region C having the lowest total sales? This question will be the important subject for further analysis. Those were 3 examples of conclusions that can be readily derived with the aid of conditional formatting. You have the liberty to use your preferred analytical method, though I suggest consistently using conditional formatting to streamline the initial stages of the process. Once all conclusions have been drawn, you have option to save the data or restore it to its original state by removing all highlight marks. If the latter is your option, to do this, select the data range first. Press Conditional Formatting. Select Clear Rules. Select and click Clear Rules from selected cells. All the highlight marks have disappeared. Now that you understand how CF works, you can begin exploring the Quick Format feature on your own. Additionally, I will demonstrate another function of CF, to automatically adding cell borders without using a specific formula. Select Empty Cell Range as much as you need. Then select Format only cells that contain. Select No Blanks. Press the Format button. Select the Border tab. Select the bottom line style. Click Outline. Click OK. Then click OK again. After completion, the border will be formatted automatically each time you fill in the cell. This method is proven to be quicker and less complicated compared to another method that using a specific formula. It can readily identify any incomplete dataset entries, including blank cells. Excellent, we have successfully completed the tutorial. If you found it helpful in improving your Excel skill, kindly subscribe, like, and comment. We encourage you as well to watch our other videos. Thank you and have a productive day.